this city does not need any introduction. We take you through our week of exploring the marvelous city of Rio de Janeiro, from its famous beaches and landmarks to hidden gems and experiences that made this a really unique trip. Join us exploring the best that Rio offers for a week-long vacation. Rio de Janeiro, Cidade Maravilhosa, the marvelous city, a place of colors, rhythm, contrast, and unforgettable beauty. We arrived in Rio at sunrise on a direct flight from Lisbon. It is one of the very few, if not the only, direct overnight flight from Europe to Rio, which allowed us to start exploring the city from early morning. While it is impossible to feature all of Rio's highlights in one video, we selected 10, including some lesser-known, hidden gems and practical travel tips, to show why Rio has emerged as one of the top travel destinations of the year according to numerous travel outlets. For us, it remains #1 recommendation to visit this year, especially for its end-of-the-year celebrations, or the famous Carnival in February. Over the 2 videos, we'll show you iconic places, emerging new favorite tourist spots, Rio's unforgettable nightlife with its circle Samba culture, and some personal recommendations to add to your bucket list when visiting Rio. We chose to stay right on Rio's most iconic shoreline, Copacabana. A sweeping arc of golden sand meets a grand seaside boulevard, lined with historic hotels and elegant apartments gazing out over the Atlantic. The rhythm of the city hums here, from sunrise joggers and boats to sunset silhouettes. So our Rio story begins where the ocean meets the city, at Copacabana. Booking an apartment here turned out to be a big win. Nearly every building along Copacabana faces east, welcoming a magical sunrise that paints the horizon in layers of pink, gold, and deep blue each morning. Between 5 and 6 a.m., the beach quietly comes alive. Boats dot the shoreline. Early swimmers slip into the water. Paddleboarders glide across the calm sea. Joggers trace the curve of the sand, and vendors begin setting up their stalls, preparing for another day in the heart of Rio. Regardless if you will have jet lag, it is worth waking up for sunrise at Copacabana at least once to see this magic firsthand, or maybe even hop on the paddleboard. On a couple of mornings, we joined the local joggers, running down the boulevard to see the city waking up. Long before it became a global symbol of beach culture, Copacabana was a quiet seaside neighborhood, separated from the rest of the city by hills and tunnels. Its transformation began in the early 20th century, when improved access and bold urban planning turned this stretch of sand into Rio's most glamorous address. The opening of the legendary Copacabana Palace Hotel helped cement its reputation, attracting royalty, movie stars, and artists from around the world. The iconic black and white, wave-patterned promenade became its signature, a symbol of movement, rhythm, and Brazilian design. Over the decades, Copacabana evolved into a stage for everyday life and historic moments alike, from massive New Year's Eve celebrations to spontaneous beach football matches. Today, Copacabana remains both timeless and ever-changing, where history lingers in the architecture and the spirit of Rio unfolds along the shore. Here, locals and travelers alike step into the Atlantic, sharing the same waves under the same open sky. Last year, the city welcomed almost 2 million international visitors, nearly doubling the number from previous years and setting a record for foreign arrivals to the city and region. Next, we're heading to the iconic Ipanema beach, separated from Copacabana by Feira da Arpoador. This rocky peninsula sits between Copacabana and Ipanema, but it feels like its own world. Locals climb over the smooth stones, and travelers hike to find a seat facing the horizon. So make sure to reserve some time to visit here before or after your time at Ipanema. Just by the rock, on the side of Copacabana, you'll find an outdoor gym and a small stretch of sand where locals usually play sports. So if you want to join, learn few useful phrases in Portuguese. The area closes at 9 p.m., so long after sunset. During the day, we found it reasonably safe, though best to pay attention to your phone and avoid flashing any valuables. General advice for Rio: when you plan to walk around, leave any jewelry, watches, or unnecessary accessories at home. And while walking between Copacabana and Ipanema during the day is reasonably safe, after sunset, always take Uber from point A to B, regardless of the distance. If you happen to be in Rio on Sunday, definitely try one of the local markets, including Feira da Glória, a must-visit for an authentic taste of Rio's lively Sunday culture, an incredible street food or Brazilian coffee. We're skipping traffic and hopping on the subway at Ipanema station, just a few blocks from the beach. The Rio subway is clean, affordable, and surprisingly easy to use, even if you don't speak Portuguese. Trains run frequently, stations are clearly marked, and on a Sunday morning, the vibe is relaxed, with families and locals heading out for the day.
Bom dia.
Experimental, or you want to pay?
The energy at the Sunday market fills the streets. Music plays in the background, and the smell of grilled food, fruit, vegetables, and street food fills the air. So make sure to come hungry and try some local specialities, or at least a fresh coconut. On another day, we decided to check out a place that combines incredible views, relaxing atmosphere, and creative arts. A unique park in Santa Teresa neighborhood overlooking Rio. Santa Teresa is one of Rio's most charming and soulful neighborhoods. With its winding cobblestone streets, colorful houses, cafes, restaurants, and artist studios. Walking through Santa Teresa isn't just sightseeing, it's stepping into a different rhythm of Rio. We're high above the city now, where history and Rio's energy meet in the most unexpected way, with panoramic views stretching from the downtown to city's iconic beaches. You can see the Metropolitan Cathedral, resembling the ancient pyramids, and the historic Arcos of Lapa. What used to be a grand mansion is now an open-air cultural space in the middle of a park. Unfinished walls, iron staircases, and wide openings that frame the city like living postcards. There are often performances and exhibitions in the park, so check local program online. As you walk through the ruins, the sounds of Rio fade just a little. There's a calm up here, a breeze rolls in from the bay. Pleasant cafe that offers great coffee, pastries, and lunch with panoramic view. The view also opens onto Rio's hillsides, where you can see nearby favelas woven into the landscape. From up here, they don't feel hidden or distant. They're clearly part of the city's fabric. Climbing the slopes alongside forests and historic neighborhoods, the sight is powerful and grounding, a reminder of Rio's contrasts and resilience. Brazil officially ended slavery in 1888, but freedom came without a plan. There was no land, no housing, no jobs, and no real effort to integrate formerly enslaved people into society. Abolition was a legal milestone, but it also marked the beginning of deep neglect. With nowhere else to go, many people moved toward growing cities, like Rio de Janeiro, building homes wherever land was available. Steep hillsides, rocky terrain, and areas considered undesirable by wealthier residents became places of survival. Over time, these self-built communities grew into what we now know as favelas. When you look up from viewpoints and see favelas climbing the hills, you're not just seeing poverty or crime, as stereotypes often suggest. You're seeing the physical result of history, shaped by struggle, community, and the ongoing fight for dignity and opportunity. Inside the underground maze of chambers and ruins, there's also art gallery that adds another layer to the experience. Exhibitions here often feature contemporary Brazilian artists, photography, and cultural projects that reflect Rio's identity and social realities. Walking from the open terraces into the gallery feels like shifting perspectives, from the vast cityscape outside to more intimate, thought-provoking stories inside. On the way back, you can easily walk towards the iconic stairs of Selaron, located between the neighborhoods Santa Teresa and Lapa. The colorful stairs were created by Chilean artist Jorge Selaron, with more than 2,000 colorful tiles from over 60 countries. It began as a personal art project and became one of Rio's most iconic landmarks, popular among tourists and locals. It's one of the most photographed spots in the city, and a symbol of Rio's vibrant artistic spirit. Depends on the day. It can get quite crowded, so we were more lucky on a cloudy day, when the stairs were less packed and available to climb freely. Our final stop in this video is the iconic Samba circle at Casarão do Firmino on Friday night. The music spills out onto the street before you even see the door. Drums, voices, laughter, all moving to the same heartbeat. It is more than a samba party. It's a cultural stronghold, one of the birthplaces of modern samba. Housed in a historic building, the venue is dedicated to preserving samba de raiz, the traditional style that shaped Brazil's musical identity. It is famous for its authentic roda de samba, where musicians play in a circle without a formal stage, keeping the music communal and accessible. Over the years, it has become a gathering point for legendary sambistas, emerging artists and locals who see the space not as a nightclub, but as a living archive of Rio de Janeiro's Afro-Brazilian heritage. It is easily accessible, located just behind Metropolitan Cathedral and Arcos de Lapa. The next video will cover some of the best hiking adventures that Rio can offer. Where to catch the most beautiful sunrise above the city. Meet local caimans up close in the wild. Hike in the clouds, visit to the famous landmarks and the historic sites in the center of Carioca's beloved city. So, stay tuned and subscribe to the channel to see more of Brazil and other exciting destinations from around the world.